Rest in peace, PBS. My God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Like, I was recording for like another video and everything, and I was on the internet and I happened to see this. But it's finally happened. PBS is shutting down. The people in the government finally got their way and everything and shut this down. Now, PBS was a public funding, service and everything. And it's been around since I've been a little kid in the 80s and stuff. It's probably gone on since before then. And I'm very shocked and surprised to see it end. Like, PBS has a lot of good educational stuff. Like, it's one of those channels that's not biased in any kind of way. They're just there to educate. And I remember, being a kid and growing up, because at first my family did have cable, but then when I was around about 5, they didn't. And so you have to do what you have to do to watch television back in those days, like the 80s and 90s and stuff. There was no streaming, so you had to watch whatever you had. And because of that, I ended up watching tons of stuff on PBS. And a lot of that stuff I really, really, really enjoyed in everything. Like a lot of the kid programmings, like Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood, Lamb Chops Play Along, Shiny Time Station, Barney and Friends, Kratts Creatures, The Magic School Bus, Ghost Rider. Like, that was my jam back in the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I used to love Reading Rainbow and everything. I used to love watching that stuff back then. The Puzzle Place, because it was a way for kids to watch television without being corrupted in any kind of bad way, with no cussing, no nudity, nothing like that. No innuendos, and you got educated while you got entertained. And you don't really see that a lot no more, because there's always innuendos and stuff, like Fairly Odd Parents, SpongeBob. There's innuendos of adult humor in there. And so PBS was just a way for a lot of kids to watch stuff and, have it be enjoyable, but also have it be educational and everything. And then of course there were all the other things that PBS had for adults and stuff, like those nature shows, learning about history. A lot of British programming, and a lot of good British programming, comes on PBS. And so this was before streaming. So, the times of streaming, you can watch a show from another country. But back then you couldn't, and you had to rely on shows like, the BBC or PBS and everything. And they had so many, and it's been going around for over a decade and a half of them having British television on Sunday nights and everything. Plus there was PBS Create, all those cooking channels I used to watch, and they are such good shows, and now all that's coming to an end. So the corporation of public broadcasting is coming to an end. That's what funds NPR and PBS. So I'm wondering, would that truly affect PBS to where all their programming will end? And it's happened all because of politics and everything. I don't get it. If people are willing to put their money into something to donate, why not? It's their money. You know what I'm saying? That's no different than YouTubers doing super chats and getting money from their fans and stuff. And man, it just really sucks, because this has been around for over 50 years and everything. And it's finally coming to an end. I just don't get it. I really just don't get it. That was such a good station and everything. It has such good programming. Oh wait, I remember Wishbone and everything. And they used to have that Curious George thing, and that Red Dog Clifford, and I don't don't understand people. They claim they don't want their kids being influenced by this and that. And they don't want their kids watching bad stuff. Well, this was never bad. You know what I'm saying? I just don't get it.